Okay. Let's see if this works now. Good night, everyone. Can you hear me? We are already online on this AMA. How are you going? I hope tonight we don't have any echo. I think I silenced everything. Okay. First of all, thanks for being here again. I wanted to make the video yesterday, but I just arrived home and I didn't have any kind of energy to prepare all camera, microphone and everything, since it's been 3 days fully non-stop, as I say. As you may know, I had to fly to the mainland to prepare all our final paperwork and do many meetings. We have been, as I said, meeting people to help us and people interested in the project too. And we finally got all the paperwork done for the society. It's already been registered. The ministry just sent the notification. And we are only waiting for the bank okay to start spending the money that is already there. We cut the check and we got all, and even the quotes. So as soon as they give us the thumbs up that everything's correct, we'll start spending. We have quotes from YouTubers. We'll start the new campaign on PooCoin and Reddit. I'm meeting the marketing team tomorrow to finalize the contract and what we are expecting from them and what kind of language, all the style, okay? They now know a little about our project, but we must say, hey, we want this like this. We want you to simply communicate like that. It's sometimes hard to make that first step, but I think that once we start moving, it will become faster and faster, okay? And aside from this, you must have seen that there are more buys, okay, from the token. We got, as you may know, the investor directly in money to do the project, this first phase. And any other people that was interested must buy tokens. We don't get any more money invested directly in the company. Anyone that wants to participate must buy the token, and that's probably why in the next few days there will be more and more and more buys from this token, outside of course, our marketing campaigns that will help this token to be known. I also got the first revisions. And ¿puedes hablar de vez en cuando en español? Bueno, la mayoría son en inglés. I will make some AMAs in Spanish soon. Also, we are moving to a Discord server soon. And there it will be easier. It will be easier to manage all the community around the server, okay? Especially since now we are getting more people from other languages. Of course, the majority is in English, but we also have Spanish, French, Russian, etc. And it's easier in Discord than in Telegram, okay? So we will be moving, of course. We'll announce how, where, and everything. We'll have moderators to help us a little bit, okay? And we'll be, as I said, improve that kind. Can you say some YouTubers you are getting contact? Until I signed the contracts, I prefer not to, but some of you may know since they gave us some big wallets, gave me their contacts, okay? We simply test that they have real organic traffic, okay? So since some just have bots. And then we ask for their quotes. Outside from that, we also have a few quotes for auditing the contract. We'll announce probably in the next weeks, once we can approve that expense and the company says that they are auditing the contract. Okay. As I said, the contract is nothing special. What will be important is the service. And then we'll be able to simply say, hey, the contract at least itself is secure, and you will have another test from that. Another thing we've been discussing, or the core team, about where we'll move in the future with this project. As you know, we are thinking, especially in the use case for NFTs and storage. But the base, the infrastructure that we want to develop, we want it to move as an ecosystem, okay? So that people may develop dApps or other kinds of software on top of it. I mean, we'll develop the standard, what is needed for these NFTs, for it to be secure. And once we have that, other people will be able to come and develop for it. Okay, we'll be as open as we can. These days, I also had a meeting with the tech team to tell, hey, we need this, we need that. Okay. When will the marketing campaign start? As I said, we are only waiting for the bank. Okay. The company has been registered. The check was presented to the bank. And what we want is simply that they say, hey, everything's correct. This is your credit card. Simply pay. Can you tell us about your trip? What did you do exactly? Well, what I'm telling you. I met all my partners. I met the investors and the lawyers. I met the tech team. And I met other people interested in the project. How many clients do you already have? The service is being developed. Okay, it's being developed by an external investments, but there are no direct clients right now. Okay, we don't need any more money for this project right now, since we got the quantity, the amount that we wanted, and that's what we are working for. Finally, for France, you should contact Hasher YouTuber. I will check that. It's important to have people from different countries. As I say, we have many people just say, hey, I'm a YouTuber, I want to do a video. But as we know, what we want in this phase is, of course, attracting people, and that PooCoin and Ready campaigns will help with it. But we also want, yes, as you say, serious people. We don't want, simply promoting it because of, hey, here's a token. It's 1,000 in the future token. We want it more seriously, okay? And we want people to know about the project, okay? What is behind the token? I say it in all videos, but it's true. I don't think that the most important thing in this project is the token. It's a tool, but what we'll be doing in the future. And that's what is pushing the token up. Many people has been interested and wants to know, hey, how will we do this? How will we do that? Especially from a compliance point of view. And when we talk about creations, be it drawings or music, and right now people who buy NFT doesn't know, hey, what I am buying, what kind of rights are there, and what happens if the creation disappears. And it's that compound of fields and information that is very important in our service, and that's where people are now preparing to go in our project. But first we had to finish, as I said, all the paperwork. The company, I think I said it in last video, is SafeMoon File System Limited. We got the name, we got the brand, and we are simply waiting for that, for the ability to get these expenses. How long will it take until the beta launch of the storage tech? We have that in our roadmap, okay? The planning is for the first quarter 2022. We think that we'll have a closed beta before. We'll check how we'll invite people to test it. But for third parties, it will probably be around that. If we can get it sooner, the better, but we don't know. Where can we read more about the project? We are preparing the white paper, okay? But we want the white paper to be something that is not simply a mere brochure that simply gives you information about what the token is. So we are working on it and we'll publish it to the web. It's being done now. Hey Sergio, is the giveaway today? Do you mean the airdrop? The airdrop is almost done. I think that I will get it ready this weekend and we'll be doing that next week. Okay, so it will be very soon. We had some problems, as I said, with bots, snipers and things that created that huge slope and then the dump before. And we are taking them out so they don't profit anything from this. Okay. About the future of it, what I can tell you is it. We are still establishing some conditions of it. Okay. We started with one idea and we are developing it through the core team. First, we thought, hey, NFTs and exclusively NFTs. And then we thought, hey, we need a standard, a way to work, of course, with the special use case of NFTs, but also that it could be used with other kind of documents or information and kind of work as an SDK to develop on top of it. And perhaps that hashtags will mean something in the near future. It's not there by luck, and you will see. And we are working a lot behind the scenes, of course, but what we want to do is making all these campaigns. Oh, hello, Emma. We are making these marketing campaigns to attract people, to clean everything. And we are also already working in listings and exchange, of course, CoinGecko, etc. Okay. Yes, there will be working with open source. Okay. But it's not us that will be developing the core of the project. It's a technology partner. And we are finally preparing the final contracts with the exact goals and how we will manage all that project before announcing the entity and etc. Okay, I met them the day before, and they are already checking what exactly we gave them. What is happening right now? Like, what is the next step? We are waiting for the check and paperwork, so we can market them roadmap. Only for the bank. Only for the bank. We gave them the registration, and we are just waiting for that, so that the account is accessible to me. I have the money, but I have to be able to use it. But it will be done very soon. It's simply that it was 2 days ago. I just came back home yesterday and we signed the paperwork the day before. So that's probably why it hasn't been made. And then we will start with marketing campaigns, expanding the roadmaps, and then, of course, as I said, the white paper. We are also working with the image and the new web page. Okay. The liquidity pool, or you mean the market cap? I think that you mean the market cap, right? The market cap in CoinGecko, it will show correctly. Okay, we'll try to start getting listed in those listings. CoinGecko doesn't take into account any locked tokens. Okay, if you go to the methodology section in CoinGecko, it says, hey, we calculate it, we take out all locked tokens. It's obvious, they are locked, they are not circulating. And that will show correctly. It's just Poo token and other apps that simply take the information from BSC directly through the API. Okay, they don't calculate, they don't take into account which tokens are locked. If not, well, each time we burn them, it will start going lower and lower and lower. That way people won't get scared. It's true that when we launched, there were some rug pulls around. So people think, hey, this money means, this huge market cap means that it must be some kind of fraud or something like that. Even though most of them just had Pikachu as their dev lead. So, and that's why we want to go to listings. And so the information is correct. And also why we are so transparent and and do all these videos, and we participate in social networks, etc., just so people know who is behind the project and who is pushing the team to move to achieve their goals, okay? And I think that, well, the trust has shown. Perhaps today there has been some movement down, but of course, all crypto world moved down, some more than others, because of Musk and from the Bloomberg article in the case of Binance and others, okay? Do you have fairly large investors from a pre-sale or anything like that? No. There was no pre-sale, okay? They entered directly through the company. Do you have an idea of how many large whales there are sitting on hundreds of thousands of coins? Well, you can check the holders. In PooCoin, you can press, okay? And outside of the locked wallet, on the first one, which is only for the liquidity pool, you can check there are no moments. Then you can see how many whales there are. There are not as many as there used to be, some sold, and even then, the token has gone up. So each time the number of tokens is more shared among all the holders. Okay. When will it be possible to see the value on Trust Wallet? Trust Wallet has some requirements. Okay. But we are already working on it. I think it asks for a few thousand, but we are checking. We are checking all listings. And also if we get into CoinGecko, all these applications that get the information from the listings, that could also help. Tell us about Airdrop. The Airdrop will probably be done next week. I think that I will have everything ready this weekend. I just said it a few minutes ago. And about tokenomics, it's sent 2.8 to the liquidity pool, 8 for the holders, okay? And the huge accounts have been excluded now from the reward, so they shouldn't get any. They used to, and we will make an airdrop with all that was getting inside their accounts, so that everything is shared and it's fair. Okay. Hi Sergio, when will the Discord channel be ready? It's almost ready. Okay, I'm just finishing with roles and permissions and everything. And well, as I said. Every day is what a weekday. I mean, I'm just talking on the phone with all the people to tell them, hey, we need this. We need you to do that. In the first phases of a project, if you want the business to move, you have to be just over it and in any step. Each step, I'm over it. So the tech call us, the marketing call us, the communication calls us, the other people that we are looking, because we are looking for other profiles that will help us in the day-to-day management, okay? Right now, the core team is, as I said, over each step of the project, and that's almost impossible because a business needs lots of managing, lots of meetings. I mean, outside of the ones so I do, that I will continue doing, of course, but more, I mean, serious meetings that we need some help with that. And we are looking for those profiles, and we have had some interviews, and I think that we will get exactly the profile that we are looking for. And all those things make that each step is also slow in these first phases. What team members' positions are you looking to hire next for the project? As I said, right now we are looking more into executive positions, assisting the core of the team, okay? Since tech is outside and the project is managed from us, what we are looking is people that will help us with that day-to-day business, okay? Interesting question from Robin. Yes, I already told that holders can be checked in PooCoin. Why do you think your coin is better than other decentralized storage solution coins? I think it includes Filecoin storage and probably others. Okay, I think that this question appears in different videos, okay, and the last AMA. It's not about talking exclusively about infrastructure. I mean, there are many decentralized storage. What we are talking is about the service itself. Okay, we could talk about IPC. We could talk about some of the use cases that use a Filecoin, etc. What we want is to have a service that could be really used for the use cases that we want, that it's especially crafted for that, and developed with some layers that will bring us the functionality that we want. Okay, and then we will get, as I say, what we really want. Okay, it's not about creating a new Filecoin. That would be reinventing the wheel, and that's not what we are looking for, and that would take a few years aside for that. Okay, and tokenomics, I already said it's already in the web, and it's also in the smart contract. Two for the liquidity pool, 8 for the shareholders. Okay, and that are the fees. They can be changed. They can't be changed dynamically, and they are stored as a constant in the smart contract. Okay, just so I can't simply set a fee of 100%, for example, of all transactions, because that would simply mean that all tokens are locked inside. Okay, and well, as I said, tomorrow will be more of a marketing meeting day, starting quite soon. And because we want now to establish how we will talk with other media and how to simply communicate outside from the crypto world, where there will be, of course, the campaigns, YouTubers, as we said, but we want to move, of course, to other fields and on the more physical world, as we could say. And there we also need that help of the agencies. Okay, if we want to have, outside from the potential clients that have already contacted us and that we knew even before starting it. Okay. Will you look at the Bitcoin dip before marketing all out and time the marketing so that when the market is about to pump, you get a chunk of the buyers? Yes, of course, the timing of each campaign is very important. Okay. I hope that the company, once they understand the project, and of course I will tell these movements that we have, but it's hard to know when they happen. You know how Elon Musk simply gets up one day and just says, hey, now we won't accept Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin simply drops, and perhaps tomorrow he will say, hey, do you know what, I will buy 1,000 million Bitcoins more, and that simply would make the price go up very, very fast. So it's sometimes hard to adapt our campaigns to all movements, but yes, we have to take into account that. You have also seen what has happened with BNB today. BNB has gone down with Bitcoin. Some people moved to stable coins, which is normal in this kind of situations, but we didn't expect this. Okay. Do you plan to attend any major crypto conferences, etc. in the future? We'll probably do. Yes. We'll select which ones. Also, we hope that the world situation, especially when we're talking about pandemics, will get better, and people from the core team and others will be able to simply attend. I think that networking is very important in this world and in others. So we'll be able to go to the con. When Moon, when Lambo, just kidding. Yes, I love this kind of crypto talking, but of course I've used it. Even if we have Moon on our name, okay, to use a little of that hype that we had. The important thing is the project, not the moon. I see some meme coins that are simply moon whatever, and it's always to the moon and Lambos. But we'll work with everything, and we'll simply develop this. Can you tell us something about your partner investor? Well, we have an NDA. We can tell the identity, but we can tell the conditions of the investment outside of the exact amount. And what I can tell you is that this investment must be fully spent before the end of the year. Okay, and it's only for the project development, only and exclusively for that. Okay, it's not as a salary for all the team or something like that. It's for the development of the project. We have to then to give all the documentation to him. But I think that it was very positive because he was very interested in the project itself. Okay, and another thing is that one of the conditions is that we didn't accept more direct investment in the company outside from his. Apologies if already asked, how long do you think it will take to set up a working product? Our first version, our first beta, open beta, is scheduled for the first quarter of 2022. Okay, and we hope to have something to show, but we have other goals before that. I mean, it's not that we will simply, hey, wait until January, February to see something. Okay, we are working on use cases, and our idea is that we'll be able to bring not this service, but others perhaps with use cases that will allow you to use these tokens and to promote as a service even before that. Okay, they have already started coding, even though they didn't send us the code for that. But yes, we want to have these partial goals. So since we are business, people that has this token see that there's movement inside behind the scenes, and that they can do something with that. Okay, we are talking about what we can do before data storage with NFTs and other tools. Okay, and especially crafting that from a user experience point of view. We want to do something that is easy, that people want to use, and there is no problem with it. Okay, and then of course once we have the first beta, we'll continue developing it, because as you know, when we're talking about software development lifecycle, the first version is just to check what we have, and then after that we have to improve that, not only from the user interface point of view, but also from the backend. And if you want to develop a full ecosystem, we must see how that will work. Okay, and how to promote it among other people that would want to use this kind of service, both from a technical and from a legal point of view. And I'm already working with my partners to see how we can protect both users and providers, since creating any kind of service, as you know, sometimes it's difficult and you could be liable for that content. And that's always a risk in using this kind of services. Also, I don't remember if I told you, we are already working, we are finally establishing all kinds of how communication will work. Okay, so the social networks are more active. Okay, I mean, right now it's us from the core team managing it, but since we are always doing things and these meetings, the profiles aren't as active as they should. So there must be someone manage them, but it will be also very soon. It's just establishing the tone, the story, and everything. Okay, I don't know if there's any other question. Okay, but don't worry, we will be making probably weekly AMAs, so there won't be any problem. You said the tokenomics had 2% liquidity pool and 8% holder, so no 10% gets burned, right? And the inflationary token will go against making the token something to be used. What will be burned will be the excess tokens, the ones we wanted as a marketing use. But no, they won't disappear. If you mean, we are not going to make 1% disappear each transaction, for example, if that's what you said, because if, as you said, if it's going to be used in a service, the tokens will finally meet their end. That isn't logical, okay? They will simply circulate around. When coin hunt? Well, as I said, we are working in exchange and listings in both, okay? We have a list with all requirements, be it Whitebit, Hotbit, Huorbit, etc., and listings, CoinGecko, and others. And we know that when we arrive at a certain threshold, we can ask for that, for that, for that. In some, it's easy and we can probably pass the requirements thresholds, and we will prepare all the documentation, especially from the company, since all their services needs a KYC, a know your customer requirement. And since we are now a legal entity, okay, and it's been registered, we'll send the paperwork and everything. Some services we know are saturated. And when we asked them about the requirement, they told us, hey, there are many new tokens, so you must know that it will probably take a little longer than usual. We even, in the day of the launch, which was less than 2 weeks ago, we sent the icons and all the social media links to BSC scan. And to date, it's still missing. We only got that they opened a ticket a few days ago, and we put the icon, the social profiles, the name, everything. And I think that's important because sometimes people want to find the token, and if there's no image and there are no links, they don't really know if that's the real token or if it's a clone, because we now have some clones with the exact name, the same symbol and everything, which I think that simply because they detected an ad or something and want people to bring the money so they can rug pull. So of course, always check. And that's also one of the reasons why we want to go to an exchange outside of Pancake and other DeFi, because it's harder for people to make a mistake in getting the contract address, for example, okay? We have many people that wants to buy, that has called us, hey, I want to buy your token, I want to invest, okay, in the company, but I don't know how to use Pancake, I don't know how to use MetaMask. And an exchange is easier because you just buy BTC, you just buy whatever token you want, and you can exchange with, for example, our token. And that's why it's one of our next goals, getting in one of those exchanges or in one app where you could use a credit card or something similar to buy tokens. Okay? Any other questions? Any possibility to collab with Pi in the future? They want to make an exchange. Yes, I'm following Pi project. I've seen some of their videos. Of course, we won't close any doors. Now we are still little, okay? And what we will have to see is what kind of exchange they wanting to make. I mean, perhaps we are creating an exchange. A DeFi exchange is, I won't say easy, but it's not hard, okay? That's if you want simply to have what others have, okay? If you simply want to copy, it's easy. If it's an exchange, a real exchange, then we will have to see. And of course, we know what kind of requirements an exchange like that has. I mean, from money laundering provisions and others, it's very hard sometimes to prepare for an exchange. That's why it's easier to simply create, I don't know, book a swap or any kind of swap from foot, because you say, hey, it's not me who is making this. I don't know anything about the clients. I don't know anything about who buys or sells. It's simply decentralized, but it's always harder. It's not even the little exchange in Korea. It's way easier for a normal user. Okay. They also wanted to create an NFT marketplace. It might work well with. Yes, for the NFT, I think that it would work well. Okay, especially if you talk about reducing our structure. Okay, about reducing our structure, and if you create the taxonomy, the full taxonomy for the creation rights, and of course that will always help. What am I buying when I buy an MFS? It's a token. Okay, and that you will say, hey, yes, it's obvious. But what I mean is that this token opens how you can access the service. Okay, the token isn't what is important, but you will be able to access our services and pay for them with that MFS. Okay, and the same goes with any other token. At least it's just a standard. Okay, it's the same with the ERC20. Now it's a BEP. But you will be able to mint NFTs, host, store, whatever you want with those MFS. You know, if it will happen, a family will be so big, loyal holders in both, even if it's about money. Yes, of course. What we want is to develop. And as I said, I think that once campaigns start, it will work quite well. We made some little campaigns in PooCoin and the community grew very, very, very fast. So once they are all fully done with image, and they will be more and longer in the time, we will get many people. And that's also why we are moving to Discords, just so people can be easily managed. And of course, since we have people from many languages, they can go wherever they want. Okay, we just want to be prepared for what will happen once we start promoting and once we start explaining more about our project, and once all these goals that will be done in our events will be done. Okay. If there's any other questions. I think that I addressed most of them. Others I simply answered in Telegram. Remember, if I'm not there, at least sometimes there's a partner that there's there. What is your ultimate goal, dream for the project? My ultimate goal for the project is being able to see that being used. And I think that any developer will say mostly the same, okay? And since it's just the basics. And what I also want is to simply have fun while doing it, okay? I mean, this, of course, is a project, it's a business, it's work. But I'm very thankful for the partners that I have. And we are getting fun, even though we are very tired each day. And what we wanted to see is that goal that we've set up comes near and near with each day. That's what I want. Why did you choose BEP over ERC, given how serious the token is? From a business point of view, I mean, first, the gas cost is very huge. I mean, when I bought lands and I minted, not in a gasless platform, but I minted NFTs and others, the cost right now is quite high. I mean, if you wanted to move it easily, and at least until some EIP goes through and some improvements with that gas cost, right now, many people have moved from ERC to BSC. And that's also why BSC is some days saturated, okay? So it's also, I think, very useful to be in a platform like that. I saw collab with Atol on Twitter. Tell us about them. No company from Spain. Thanks. It's a legal firm, okay? And outside from this, as you know, I'm a lawyer and we do collaborations, especially in technology law and mostly I'm technological hard issues and now blockchain, privacy, artificial intelligence, and issues like that. What are the DEX you are targeting first? I don't have the list right now in front of me. I'm in my home office, but we have an Excel file there, and we will probably say, hey, in Telegram, hey, we are targeting first these exchanges to see if they are open right now for our token. Because we want to start, and that we are being as transparent as we can. I remember that when I checked them, they are little, of course. We can't go to Binance. I mean, even if it's Binance Innovation, where Shiba was accepted. But I think that starting by the first, even if it's little, it's just a step that helps you getting higher and higher. And also, it becomes more stable since an exchange works quite differently from a DeFi exchange, okay? That constant price and the difference with the buy and sell books, I think that will help the token. What we want is simply people can get to this token easily, as I said. Many people just ask, hey, how? Yes, and we'll record a video and we'll give tutorials, so it's as easy as we can. But some people doesn't understand, hey, go to Binance, get some BNB, connect your MetaMask to the Binance Smart Chain, now send those tokens, then go to Pancake, then try to buy, move the slippage, because if it's too low, you will get a mistake. Hey, Pancake Swap sometimes give a mistake. If you have these decimals, move that to 0.9. I mean, perhaps people that are more used to cryptos don't find that a problem, but for more usual investors, sometimes it's hard, okay? And well, if there's no other questions, as I said, don't worry, because I will be updating also in Telegram. I just wanted to say that. And of course, well, thanks to all the new users, because yesterday when I was on the play, many people came and we got an all-time hype that I think will be very, very important. Are we able to expect CoinGecko listing first? As I said, all the tokens get there and CMC next. Yes, CoinGecko is well, it's not an exchange, it's a listing. Yes, we are pointing at CoinGecko among the first, because the market cap shows correctly when you have low tokens, which would help a lot. And also because it's easier for people to find the token if it's in CoinGecko. And also other apps get their information through them, price, etc. So once you get to CoinGecko, it's easier. Of course, as I said, when there are so many new tokens, even if not all of them are listed in CoinGecko, they ask for that, and some services are saturated. But don't worry, we are working on them, because we want our token to be there on CoinGecko. We want that if someone checks for Moon, they will find Moonbase in CoinGecko. They will know the actual price. They will know the real security in supply. They will be able to get all information about locked and burn tokens. Okay, so that it's easier. Exactly. People new to crypto are getting alive by all the fees from all the transfers and exchange if they don't know how to navigate from the bank to buy the token. That's the problem. If they simply had to put the credit card and buy the token, it would be so easier. But if you say, hey, buy Binance, okay, I put my credit card, it's a 10% fee. I mean, and then you have to transfer, hey, it's 10%, hey, it's Pancake, there are many fees along the way. And an exchange makes it very, very easy. You can check with any other token once it arrives. The price gets more stable. of course. And well, more stable. I mean, it can go up, but there are no such sudden slopes. And I think that's the next stage, and that's where we need to go right now, okay? Even if it's by the tiniest exchange at first, and then from there going up. Do you think you can bring this project to the moon? And also, do you think they have the capability to do this? We will work with that. But also we will be getting as much help as we need. I mean, it's not simply us. I think just from the beginning of the AMA, I have said, we are getting help from outside because it's not possible to do it with just the core team. And that's why we needed the resources. And now that we have them, we'll be having as much as we need, okay? If we needed to manage the social networks, if we had to simply be an accountant for one thing, or any kind of management, even the easy management takes time, and that's why we will work with that. This project was thought roughly from a few months ago, yes, more or less, and now we are developing it, and of course we will work as hard as we can. But as you know, it's not only work; it's also luck. But they will always say that luck must find you working. So that's what we'll do. We want luck, but we will work so that this project goes to the moon and we achieve that goal that we have set us. Okay? Well, as I said, it's been a pleasure, and we'll make other updates. So of course, stay tuned, because I think that many nice things will be coming in the next days. And good night to everyone, and hope to see all of you soon.